Alright, so welcome back to another video. Today's video we're playing some more Marvel Rivals, but this one is a little bit of a different one. I've received a request to do an early season tier list, and I figured it'd be fun to do because, I mean, it's an early season tier list. Obviously, this is very, very early. The season just came out like, what, 2 or 3 days ago? But we're gonna see if we can predict how this meta is going to end up as, because obviously in a few weeks, we're gonna see what the meta truly is and if my list is actually right. But I've been playing this game non-stop. I've played the test server of season 1. I've played season 0. Grinded that even before the game came out. I played the betas. I've played this game non-stop, so I have a pretty good gauge of how this stuff is going to usually end up as. But yeah, this is my tiers that I have here. I have meta, great, good, mid. Mid means not good, but it's not bad, it's just mid. And please know, I mean, you can probably already guess who's gonna go there. But yeah, those are my tiers. I don't want to put A, B, C, D, all that stuff, because I think those are kind of basic and boring. I want to spice it up a little bit and don't give too good of context. And also I have the team ups here as well, so I can throw them in, because obviously it's kind of hard to gauge a character like Iron Man, because Iron Man without the team up, he's not that crazy, but with the team up, he's insane. So like, that's why I have the team ups here listed as well, and I will talk about them, of course, as I'm doing this. Anyways, usually when I do tier list videos on this channel, I usually will have like gameplay on screen of whichever character I'm talking about and showing context as to what I'm talking about. I only do that a little bit here because this is a game where like there's a bunch of characters and a lot of different roles. This tier list is going to come from a perspective of a DPS main. So I've played every single character in this game, but keep in mind these tier list judgments are coming from the perspective of someone that is DPS main. So like, obviously I won't have that creative knowledge on a support character or a tank character. That's why I challenge you guys in the comment section to, I don't know, fill in the blanks. If I'm missing some context here about a character or two, if I'm missing something, feel free to comment it down below. Don't be too harsh because, bro, it's a tier list. Relax. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. When I explain stuff, I'm going to try and paint a picture in your head. I'm not going to do too much edits for this video because usually when I edit these videos, it takes like hours long and I talk for way too long, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with Hulk here. Now, Hulk, I'm going to throw this guy into meta. Now, obviously, before the season even ended, in Diamond and above, Hulk was getting banned like almost every single game. Now, the reason why he's in meta tier is, it's quite obvious. The team up is insane. So I'm going to throw the team up as well into the meta tier. The value he brings to Iron Man and Doctor Strange is crazy high. And those two characters also as well are very strong characters. Even alone, if he doesn't have the team up, keep in mind Hulk still has the season buff, which is 150 extra max HP. A good Hulk is insanely nasty. As long as they play positioned well, the Hulk pretty much never will de-transform. If you're playing Hulk and you keep de-transforming constantly, then you're probably not playing him well, you're not positioning too well, and you're not getting out and disengaging when your time is supposed to, and you're picking and choosing the wrong fights. But good Hulks, they barely ever de-transform, and they keep ulting over and over and over, doing destructive damage to the backline. Pretty much he's like a mix of a tank and a dive tank at the same time, but more on the dive tank side, but he can still eat up a bunch of damage. And the value he brings from using his shift move, which is the move where he like gives his teammates a shield, it's really, really nice. They did nerf it though, but the value Hulk brings is really good. And if you're a Hulk main, you can definitely understand why this character is so high on this tier list. So I'm also going to throw the team up as well into the meta tier. Next, we have Captain America. Now, Captain America is a character that he just got buffs. I don't think the buffs were that crazy, but they were okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw Captain America into the good tier. I haven't seen too much Captain America's, and as from a DPS perspective, he hasn't been too annoying. The buffs were good. He does move a little bit faster. His base health increasing and the cooldowns decreasing from Liberty Rush. I just don't think the ult is that crazy. I mean, sure, they did buff the ult as well, like reduce. I mean, sure, they did buff the ult as well. They reduced the energy cost of the ult so you can get it pretty fast. But they also nerfed it. You only gain 100 health per second instead of 110, which is not that major. But my issue with the character comes down to his ult is not that crazy. It's health regen, but like when you have characters like Doctor Strange, which can ult and guarantee like 2 kills every single time, and also change the pace of a team fight like by a drastic margin, it's just crazy. It's just a crazy difference. I'd obviously easily rather have a Doctor Strange on my team instead of a Captain America 9 times out of 10. Captain America, he's still good, but he's not that crazy, and I don't think he's great or meta. Usually if you're playing this game, you'd want a different tank on your team other than a Captain America, so he's gonna go into the good tier for me, but he's just not great or meta. Next, we have Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange, bro, this dude needs no explanation. He's in every single match. 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a Doctor Strange in your match because his damage is crazy high. the fact that he can pretty much just tank so much damage with that shield is really nice. It did get nerfed though, but it's still really good. If you have a Doctor Strange that's like attack canceling with the shield, doing some good damage while also taking a bunch of damage, it's really nice to have. And obviously the ult, it's just the icing on the cake. It takes all of it. The value that the ult brings to a team fight is drastic. It's amazing. It's phenomenal, and it can set up 2 kills or potentially 3 or 4 depending on how close the enemies are grouped up. It's just really nice to have. Having a tank that can also get a bunch of kills is really nice to have as well. So I'm gonna throw him into the meta tier. He's definitely getting banned in some matches as well, so he needs no explanation. Next we have is Groot. Now Groot, I think at low level of play, Groot is nasty because nobody shoots the walls. But even at high rank, when people do shoot the walls, he's still a great tank. I'm going to throw him into great tier because he cancels out a lot of characters like Hawkeye, Hela, any of like the long range snipe characters, or even sometimes when I main Star-Lord. It's still annoying if there's a Groot, and even if there's like a Namor playing, trying to shoot his spears, toss them into the team fight, or like if he's using his turrets or whatever, Groot can cancel that out. Like, he's an excellent counter pick tank, and even if people don't shoot the walls do insane damage, and his ult is kind of like Doctor Strange, but I'd say it's a little bit worse, but it's still really, really good. I wouldn't say it's as good as Doctor Strange, like I said, but he still brings good value to a team fight, and he's just a phenomenal character. And also, I almost forgot to mention with the Hulk thing, he's part of the team up as well, so yeah, that's why that team up is up there. But Groot, not bad pick at all, but I mean, he's just not Doctor Strange in my opinion. Now, Magneto, I think this character is kind of mid. I'm going to go ahead and put him in good because good Magnetos can actually mess up a lot of people's synergy with team fights. Like, if you're playing any character like Star-Lord, or anyone that has like an ult that shoots projectiles like Hawkeye or Punisher, his ult can cancel that out. His ult is kind of weird though. I think it needs a buff because the fact that like if you shoot it too much or if it absorbs too much, it'll just like mess up the ult. It's kind of weird. I think they should just rework it a little bit, but it's a strong ult. But like if no one is shooting, which is most likely the case at high level of play when he ults, it's just like, it's not that good. But the fact that it deactivates people from a team fight is kind of crazy though, because essentially everyone has to just cease fire if Magneto is ulting. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, it's an excellent counter ult. I'm gonna put him in good. Not greater meta, but I think he's a good pick. Just I would prefer the other tanks though. Now Penny is excellent on defense. I'm going to put her into great tier because I think she's good on defense, but only on like half the map. Like, obviously if it's offense, she's not that great, but if it's defense, she's actually really good. But it's enough to where that I think she could be great and not good. Obviously it's only 50% of the match, but the value she brings on defense with that little turret thing that she heals from, she heals herself, is really nice. And also the mines, really nice. And her right click being a 3-second stun is insane. I can't count how many times where people were trying to ult with like I don't know, Thor, for example. This was Latch Patch season 0 when Thor's ult wasn't CC immune. She would just net them instantly and then net again and again and again. Like, basically, she just keeps mashing right click off cooldown because the net has a 3-second cooldown. It's a crazy low cooldown for a good stun that can guarantee kills, by the way. So, very, very strong character. And also, she can shut down characters like Black Panther because the Black Panther can't just dash around the map like crazy when there's mines and like we're just stunning every 3 seconds. It's kind of destructive and it disrupts his game plan a lot. So I think her value is really good, but I don't think she's meta though. She's just a solid, great character in my opinion. Next we have is Thor. Now Thor does insane damage. I want to put him into meta, but I'm just gonna leave him in great. The ult buff that he got was really, really good. His ult is finally CC immune, so when Thor goes up into the air, he can't get stunned out of it anymore and then cancel the whole ult. He does insane damage. Like, I think he's the highest damaging tank in the game, obviously, other than like Penny if you just sit on her mines and keep running into them. But this dude does some insane damage. Like, I can't count how many times where I'm playing a DPS character and a Thor is just trying to bum rush me and then just jump in front of my face, smacking me with the hammer, going crazy, doing insane damage. And when he goes into that lightning mode, it shreds. Like, the damage fall off is like non-existent on it. It just does insane damage. I think Thor is a great pick, so I'm just gonna put him in a great tier. But unfortunately, I wouldn't keep him as a solo tank. I don't think he's good at solo tank since he's a dive tank, but he's good. but I think you're probably gonna need another tank if you're gonna have a Thor, unless that Thor is just that cracked, but I don't know. Now next we have is Venom. Now Venom, this character is another character that just got buffed as well. His ultimate's damage does more damage now, and his E, which is the ability that gives him like blue life when he's OHP, it got buffed through the roof. It actually gives him a bunch of blue life. Like he gets up to like 1600. I think someone got to 2k. I don't know about that though, but I've gone upwards of 15 or 1400 with it, and I think he's a really good dive tank, and the buffs make him really strong. The ult actually does insane damage. Like if you actually have a team that follows up with his ult, you can pretty much secure a bunch of kills. And if you have a good Venom that disengages when they know when to disengage and goes back in when they know when to go back in, you pretty much have an unkillable character, as long as the Venom doesn't get greedy and then dives into team fights and takes too long to use his E. So I'm going to leave him in great tier. I want to put him in meta, but we're going to have to wait and see. I'm going to assume that he's in great tier. Actually, no, I want to throw him in the meta, but like it's kind of hard to see what's going to happen here, because if the Venom is bad, he's gonna die very fast. But like if you have a Venom that picks and chooses their fights very well, you have a meta character. So I'm gonna put him in meta. Actually, I'm just gonna put him in meta. I think Venom is really good this season, and I have some high hopes for him. Now we have Black Panther. Now Black Panther did get nerfed. I think he's still really strong. I don't think he's meta though, but I'm going to leave him in great. The nerfs were good, but like he's still a character that can pretty much just destroy your supports dashing around. Like there's no other DPS character that willingly dives in for a 1v5 other than Black Panther. Like Black Panther, they see a 1v5, ooh, they throw that spear over and dash over and over and over. It's like, bro, they love doing that. It's crazy. I'm going to throw him into great tier. I think he's a really good character that can destroy supports. Really good Black Panthers. You guys already know this. They're very annoying to fight. It's like Spider-Man, but actually good. It's disgusting, and he's nowhere near as hard as Spider-Man as well, so I'm going to leave him in great tier. Next, we have his Black Widow. Now, Black Widow did get some nice buffs. I think the gameplay you're watching on the screen as I'm talking is probably Black Widow as well. But I've been trying out the Black Widow buffs. I think she's good now. I don't want to say she's mid or please no, but like I think the buffs are really good. In fact, their ult slows was really good because it slows a lot, but it charges a bit faster now, which is really nice. And her shift, if it goes to 0 stamina, it's way it charges way more faster now. I think it went from like 11 seconds to like 3 or 4. It's really nice. I think she does some pretty good value to a team, but unfortunately she's very hard to play. So for most people, I'm going to say mid or please no, but like if it's a good Black Widow and they actually main her, I'm going to say she's good, because she's not bad, but like it's just hard to play her properly because obviously you have to be hitting your shots. She's very hard to play. To me, she's not that hard though, but against good teammates, or my bad, against good enemies that are going to like dive you constantly like a Black Panther or something, she's not going to be easy to get away with. But for now, I'm going to take a hot take and say she's good. Next we have is Hawkeye. Now Hawkeye is a character that's really strong. Obviously last patch he was meta. He fell off a little bit, but I still think he's great. I don't want to say he's meta because I think the fact that the charge speed is just a little bit lower and he doesn't have that 20% damage boost, it's only 15. I don't think it's that crazy anymore, but obviously a good Hawkeye is just going to destroy you. But I'm just going to say he's great for now. I don't think he's like as game changing as some of the other DPS characters that are going to be going into meta, but I think he's great. Definitely saw a lot of Hawkeye players stop playing him after the nerfs, but I still think he's a great character overall, and I think he's just going to be just fine. He's just more balanced now. Like, welcome to Earth. That's all I'm trying to say. He's just not crazy broken as he was in season 0. Next, we also have Hela. Hela is a excellent character. I still think she's going to be meta. I don't think she's crazy busted broken like she was in season 0, but the ability for her ult to just change up team fights like crazy, you can't interrupt it. 1000 HP in the air, she's a bird that can iframe out at any time. If she uses it well, she basically can never die. It's just, if you have good positioning with Hela, you're unbeatable. It's insane. She does still do good damage, just not broken damage where she just 2-shots you. So I think she's still gonna be meta, just not busted. Next we have his Iron Fist. Now this is a character I'm gonna put into the please no tier list. Like, even if it's a good Iron Fist, I have never seen them do anything game changing enough to like warrant them being banned or like warrant the character being like crazy broken. Like anything you can do on Iron Fist, you can do on like most other DPSs, but bring more to the team with their other utility moves and stuff. Like this character is kind of a greedy character in my opinion. He doesn't really bring much to a team fight that can help teammates. He heals himself, which is really good as well for like solo queuing and whatnot. You don't have to like worry about going to a teammate for heals and stuff, but I don't think he's that good. His ult is very squishy. It's not that crazy. Doesn't even last that long. His ult's kind of booty. But the thing about this character is that he's a noob stomper, so like if they buff him, and the noobs are gonna scream like the noobs are gonna keep dying over and over, but like a high level play, this character is like damn near non-existent except for like the one tricks that main him and try to make him work, which is obviously very hard to work with and get away with, but you can pull it off. It's just extremely hard, but so hard to the point where I just don't think it's worth it. So I'm gonna put him into the please no tier. Now next we have Mr. Fantastic. Now Mr. Fantastic, I think this character is kind of mid. Well, I don't want to say he's mid, but like I don't think he's good or great. So like I guess I am saying he's mid. I don't know. He's just not that crazy as I expected him to be. He's strong, but his ult is so underwhelming. Like if they buff his ult, he could be good or great, but I don't think he's gonna be meta. But he's very hard to kill, obviously, because of that shift move where he like moves very slow and gets all big and he reflects projectiles and any ability. But like his ult is so underwhelming. Like I was playing Reed, and the enemy, like, you know how like when you play a DPS character and you ult, like for example with Psylocke or Star-Lord, their supports are gonna counter ult you with like Luna Snow's ult or Mantis's or something, just so they can't die. When I was playing Reed, I ulted I think it was a Luna Snow and it was a Punisher. The Luna Snow was pocketing the Punisher. I ulted both of them. They were both alone. The Luna Snow didn't even ult. Her heals were so enough to the point where like my ult with Reed was just so low damaging that she didn't even need to counter ult me for them to survive. It was crazy. I was like, what? Are you serious? I mean, obviously when you're in those spots under maps where like it's high, it's like a low ceiling above you, you can get bounces out really fast, but like it's very, very situational, and I just don't think this character is that crazy. Obviously his base kit is pretty good, but like I think you're better off picking a character that does more damage and can kill those squishies and get out, be more of a nuisance to the enemy team. You can still win with this character. I just think he's mid. That's just my opinion, and I don't think he's gonna be that crazy until they probably buff his ult, which they probably will do. Next we have Iron Man. Now Iron Man, oh man, I'm putting him into the meta tier list. Obviously Iron Man without the team up, he's not that crazy, but I've seen some stuff today where Iron Man's without the team up are going crazy. I'm going to put him into the meta or great tier. If he has the team up, he's meta. If he doesn't have the team up, I just want to say he's great or good, especially since the fact that Hela and Hawkeye got nerfed. I'm seeing more and more Iron Mans, so I'm gonna put him into the meta tier because 9 times out of 10 if someone's playing Iron Man, they're playing it with the team up, so I'm just gonna throw him in the meta anyway. And even if you don't have the team up, he still does good damage. He's not bad. Obviously you have to know how to fly properly with this character. I cannot stress it enough. I've seen Iron Mans just go in and die so fast against me because I'm playing Star-Lord, but I fought some Iron Mans that are actually squiggly and like dash around and move around very, very fast as they start getting shot out. Like if you have good movement with Iron Man, you can do some nasty stuff even off the team up. He's a good character, and also you need to know how to ult because like I've seen Iron Mans that can't ult at all, and this character is insanely strong if you can ult properly and get those picks, especially since the fact that he can pretty much nuke a Luna Snow ult and kill her through it. It's really nice, and I think his ult brings some pretty good value to the team because you can't counter ult it with any of the supports in the game, and supports are mainly what the DPS roles are killing. So yeah, he's a very, very good character. You just have to know how to fly properly with the character and ult accordingly. Next we have his Magic. Now Magic is a character where I don't think she's bad, but like I don't think she's meta, so I'm just gonna throw her into the great tier. She obviously does a lot of damage if you do the attack cancels, and if you're fighting a Magic main, you'll know that she's very, very annoying to deal with. She did just get a buff where her dash move in her dark spawn mode or her dark child or whatever mode, it does more damage. So like if she uses her E on someone, like the dash thing that up tilts, it does more damage, but like I don't think it's that crazy of a buff. It's a good buff, don't get me wrong, but like her ult is kinda, it's not underwhelming. It's definitely not underwhelming. It's strong, but like I like the other ults that other DPS characters bring to team fights, because most times out of 10 if I ult with Star-Lord, I'm getting more value out of that than with a Magic ult, since I'm just shooting someone from afar. Obviously it's easier to counter ult Star-Lord than it is than Magic's because she's physically up in your face slashing you like crazy. I think she's good, but I don't think she's gonna be like meta or game breaking or nothing like that because of those buffs. And for now in season 1, I think she's just gonna be a strong character. Who knows, her value might go up. I kind of want to put her in the meta tier, but for now I'm just gonna leave her great. Now next we have Moon Knight. Now this dude's buff is actually so nice. I kind of want to put him into meta because His buffs are really good. The ult being massive now is such a game changer. I can't count how many matches where there's a Moon Knight on my team or the enemy team, and they kill like 3 people guaranteed most of the times, and it just a crazy game changer. We lose the point or we end up winning the game. We're losing the game because of it. And he obviously farms ult very fast since he's constantly just hitting multiple people with his boomerangs or whatever. I think he's a really good character now. He pretty much just farms ult really fast, ults off cooldown, and he can bring some crazy damage to team fights and get crazy high kill games because of it. So I'm going to put him into the meta tier. I think he's going to be really good this season. Next, we have his Namor. Now, Namor is also another character that's really strong. I'm going to throw him into the great tier though. I don't think he's busted because of his ult. If he had a better ult, I would put him into meta tier, but the buff that he got where he can like throw his projectile thing very fast, like his turrets, he can throw them very fast now, is really nice because he can reach some pretty high spots now because it goes further and he throws it faster or something like that. But I think he's a really strong character, but unfortunately his ult is not that crazy. Obviously there are moments where Namor ults have been pretty game changing, but it's not as game changing as, for example, like Moon Knight or any of these guys ults in the meta tier. He's definitely a strong pick and can be a very annoying opponent to fight if there's a good Namor on the enemy team. Next, we have a Psylocke. Now, this is my old main. I would say I still main her, but I kind of main Star-Lord now. I think she's still going to be meta. I don't think she's going to fall off at all. Obviously, there's not that much people playing Psylocke compared to what it was in season 0, but I think she's still an excellent character. Her ability to just go behind the squishy in the back line and just one-shot them and get out is very nice. I love having good Psylocks on my team. Obviously, she's hard to play compared to most characters in the game. To me, she's not that hard, but compared to most characters in the game, she's very hard because you need to be able to do that one-shot combo and get out, because if you mess up your combo, you're not gonna get the kill, and obviously they're gonna probably turn around and shoot you and then you're dead, especially if you waste your dashes as well. But like good Psylocke, if you play her properly, you can get a lot of value out of her. Unfortunately, her ult is very easy to counter ult, especially since the fact that it just got nerfed as well to where like it'll check for bubbles now, like Magneto shield and stuff. So but I still think she's a strong character, and ult is also really strong if the enemy doesn't have any counter ults. You need to like have a team that tells you when their ults are down if you're gonna be playing Psylocke, in my opinion, or just know when their ults are down. But if you do know when the ults are down, you can pretty much get crazy high kill games and be damn near unkillable for like majority of the match, since you can get out very easily and also get in very easily. So I'm gonna put her in meta tier. She's still really strong. Next we have is Scarlet Witch. Now this is a character I'm gonna put into the please no tier. Obviously Scarlet Witch did just get buffs. I think they buffed her left click and right click. I know her left click does more damage, but I was hoping to see more buffs to her ult or like a rework. I mean, obviously it's a big AoE nuke that can like pretty much potentially wipe an entire team, but like she doesn't have any shields in it at all, and the only main way to get away with playing this character and ulting is to have a Magneto that will bubble you when you ult, or like a Sue Storm that's gonna put her shield up in front of you while you're ulting. At low level, the ult's very strong because no one's shooting her for some dumb reason, but at high level it's very weak. And also back in season 0 during one of the patches, they nerfed the fact that you can ult and go through a Doctor Strange portal while ulting. They patched that out the game, so I think she's not really good at all. She takes way too long to kill people. Her kit is not bad. I don't want to say it's bad. She's like, if she is ignored, if she left clicks, charges up her stocks, right clicks you, it can do good damage, but like her ult is just so bad and underwhelming. I hope they rework it, but for now I'm just gonna put it into the please no tier because her compared to the other DPS characters in this game, why would you want to play her, man? Next we have Spider-Man. This is another character where I'm like, please no. It's going to take some time for people to actually get good with Spider-Man. Obviously there are matches where Spider-Mans are very strong, especially when they have like the Venom team up, but like the value you can get spending all that time labbing those Spider-Man combos compared to what you can do if you were playing like another DPS character like Psylocke is just like, bro, why would you want to play a character this hard when you can just play a character that's, I mean, on the game categorized just as hard, but it's easier, of course. Then like it's just not that good. Like, I don't know, Spider-Man is kind of mid in my opinion. At low level, he's obviously annoying as hell, very strong because no one's really like counterpicking him by switching to like Namor or something to just easily shut him down. They're kind of just taking it, getting uppercutted over and over, just letting him do whatever he wants, swing around the map and ulting off cooldown. But like at high level, they will counterpick you, they will shut you down. I don't think this character is that good. Too hard to play, the value he brings at the moment, and you're rarely gonna see a time where there's like a good Spider-Man. You see a good Spider-Man like one in every like 100 matches, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you, because most Spider-Mans I play with are literally terrible. 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna want a Spider-Man on your team compared to like a Hela or a Bucky or a Star-Lord or a Name or a Psylocke. Like, bruh, come on now. Like, I don't even have to list this. Anyway, next we have a Squirrel Girl. Now her ult, I still think it's kind of mid, but apparently it's really good. I'm going to throw her into the mid tier because I just don't think that ult is good. Obviously, they buffed the tracking on it. Like, if it bounces off a wall now, it'll track to nearby enemies, but they lowered the HP from like what 400 to 200, so it's squishier. So like you can just destroy it very easily, but it tracks now. Like I don't know. I just don't think it's that good. 9 times out of 10, if I see a Squirrel Girl ulting, I'm just gonna get on top of a platform, and then the ult's basically useless. I just don't think it's good. But I mean, obviously she does good damage, but her ult is just horrifyingly mid. But apparently at low level of play, she's actually been messing a lot of people up, but I just assume they don't know what her ult does. It just keeps getting hit. Next, we have a Star-Lord. This is my main. I want to say this character is meta. Why I say he's meta is because obviously there is a lot of Iron Mans on the loose because of the team up being very strong, and I think Star-Lord can easily shut down an Iron Man. And the fact that Hela got nerfed and Hawkeye, I think Star-Lord is really, really good. So I'm going to throw him into the meta tier. I don't know if he actually will end up being meta because obviously there's some complications where his ult is very easy to counter ult. And yes, obviously they patched the animation cancel out the game. That's why I told you guys there's no point of letting that. But I still think even if he doesn't have ult, his ability to not get hit by flipping and iframing ults and stuff is crazy strong. I can't count how many times where a Doctor Strange has ulted me and I've iframed ult by just flipping and just destroyed Doctor Strange and saved my team from pretty much getting one-shotted by Doctor Strange's little combo thing. I think he's a good character, very, very strong, overall solid kit, and he can bring some very, very good value to the team, especially if he ults and gets like 3, 4, 5 kills. It's very, very nice, and I think he's a good character. Next, we have this Storm. This character, I'm throwing her into the meta tier. Storm is very, very, very good. I don't need to explain why. I've gotten ults in 30 seconds flat. I've have tons of clips. I've posted a lot of them on Twitter, done shorts on YouTube. I've played her on stream tons of time. She gets ult very, very fast. Her buffs mainly buffed her damage, and her damage was already really high. But the main best thing about the buff was that her ult, when she ults, she gets blue life, obviously, but it decays slowly now instead of instantly just vanishing after her ult is over. And I think she's a very, very strong character because she can buff her teammates. Overall, a nice solid kit. Yeah, she dies very easily to like a Hela or a Star-Lord or something, but the fact that she gets ult so fast is just so strong, man. And she can do a really, really good job on defense. So meta pick for sure. Next, we have his Punisher. Now, Punisher, I'm going to put this character into the good tier. I think Punisher is okay. I don't think he's that crazy, though. He's kind of a character that can easily shut down Iron Man as well as Storm. So maybe he probably shouldn't be good. Actually, let's put him in the great tier because he can shut down those two pretty good since he's hit scan. But Punisher's obvious issue is that he doesn't have that crazy grid of mobility. He's very easy to shut down if you're playing a character like Psylocke, but his team up is really good. I'll talk more about the team ups later. I know I only put one team up on the thing right now, but I decided I want to talk about them all at the end. But Punisher, I think he's a strong character. Definitely gonna be good this season since he can shut down Iron Man and Storm. So I think he's gonna be a great pick overall. I don't know if he's gonna be meta though, but maybe as like a counter pick, he could be meta. But for now, I'm gonna just leave him in great tier. Bucky. Now, Bucky just got buffed. I'm going to put him into the great tier. I don't think he's meta, but obviously his ability to go again and again and again and again with his ult is really, really strong. But most of these characters that are meta have really good mobility, so I don't think a Bucky is going to be that easy to go ahead and get like 6-5 kills over and over and over again. There are moments when he can do it though, of course, but like if you try and play Bucky into a Storm and Alter, it's like impossible to hit her unless she's flying very low to the ground. So like, for my opinion, I'm going to say Bucky is great. I just don't think he's meta. Obviously, he did get buffs. His gun does more damage, but it's not that crazy to the point where like he's insanely just two-shotting everyone, going crazy and stuff. You still need good way aim with him because he's not hit scan, but I think he's a great pick. I just don't think he's gonna be game-breakingly broken or nothing since he just got buffed. Now next we have Wolverine. I'm going to put this character into the good tier. I want to put him in great or meta, but his buffs weren't that crazy. His E, which is the move that makes him more tankier, it's a little bit less defense, but they buffed the fact that that his base health is now 350 instead of 300. I think that's a really good buff, but he also got nerfed in the same patch. And I still don't like the way his shift functions. It's kind of janky. I mean, like, it bugs out a lot. I've had people just drop out of the shift for no reason sometimes. And also, I've dashed at people with the right click and then shifted them from behind. The shift would just full on miss. I wish the shift did like a lunge on the floor first and then picked up. It would be really nice for moments where like you're behind someone and you shift them and it doesn't pick them up for some dumb reason. Like, that in itself is very annoying, and also I don't think his ult is that game changing, and he's very hard to get away with because you have to play very patient and position right. Obviously he shreds tanks because he does percent damage, but I just don't think he's that crazy to the point where like it's worth picking him over like all the other meta characters, especially since the fact that he's very hard to play. I just don't think he's that easy to get away with, so I'm gonna put him into good, but I don't think he's great or meta. But keep in mind though, he's only good if you play him properly. If you don't main this character and don't know how to position and play right with him, he's in mid or please no. But if it's a Wolverine main and they know what they're doing, I'm gonna say it's good. Now, Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock, this is a support character I don't really prefer to have on my team, but if I'm Star-Lord, I would obviously want him, but I have a separate thing for that on the tier list, so I don't really need Adam Warlock. In my opinion, I think he's mid. His heal takes way too long to heal people. Obviously, he does good damage because like if he charges the low left mouse click, and it can do a lot of damage, but that's not his job. And also, I just don't think he brings that crazy good of value to a team compared to the other supports, so I'm gonna put him into mid. He's not bad, but I don't think he's that good, so I'm just gonna leave him in mid. Cloak and Dagger. Now, Cloak and Dagger, this is a character that you're mainly gonna see in like a lot of games. It was already like this last season and they got buffed for some reason. Obviously the heal field, I think that did need a buff, but the fact that she has an extra dash, or my bad, both of them, she and he, they have an extra dash now is really good. I think they're gonna be great. I don't think they're gonna be meta though, but I think they're great. This was already a character that most people played when Luna Snow got banned or Mantis got banned, and nothing's gonna change with that. Instead of being like a third option or a second pick for healers, they're just now 1 or 2. So I just don't think they're gonna be bad. It's hard to say if they're gonna be meta over Luna Snow and Mantis because those two characters are still very strong. Next we have is Sue Storm. Now Sue Storm, I think she's going to be meta. Her ult is so nice. I love having a Sue Storm on my team that has a good ult because obviously she's a support character. She gets ult really fast. She can get in and get out very easily because obviously she can pull people or push people, so she can hold her own in a fight. And also, if there's like a Black Panther on her, she can just double jump, go invisible, and start healing herself. Her one downside is that the only way she can heal herself is by being invisible. So like if she's getting multi-hitted and just gets hit once, she's instantly taken out of invisibility. It's not like Psylocke where they're gonna like stay invisible and flicker a little bit, but her ult is so damn nice because you don't know what's happening in that field. And also, if you go in that field, you're gonna get slowed like crazy and potentially die because everyone in that field is basically immortal. And the fact that she can counter people like Jeff, like if a Jeff throws her off the map, she can pretty much just double jump, save herself, and pull him off the map. It's kind of crazy. I've seen tons of clips like that. I think she's a really good character. Good heals, good damage. I've done crazy matches of damage with her, and I think she's a good overall pick for this meta. Next we have is Jeff the Shark. I don't think he's good. I think Jeff the Shark is mid. The only thing going from him that's crazy is his ult. Other than that, his base kit is not really crazy. It's kind of mid. It's just not bad, but it's not good. And also, most Jeff mains, they die over and over again. I just don't see the value in playing Jeff when you can play Mantis or Luna Snow. Obviously, he heals a lot, and they did buff his heal, but I just don't think it's a full, complete kit that's that good other than his ult. And even when you're playing his ult, if they counter ult you, or if there's a Cloak and Dagger and they just use their little iframe move that iframes the whole team, his ult is useless. It just doesn't bring any value to a team. Obviously, there's moments where it can if he just eats everybody and jumps off the map, but that's like some week 1 of the game stuff. Everyone knows now when the Jeff is ulting, spread out. Obviously, it's harder to do in those clutch, intense moments, but I just don't think he's worth playing compared to the other healers. He's not even supposed to be trying to get kills. He's supposed to be trying to heal. He's a support, but I mean, obviously, it doesn't mean he can't do some damage, but I just don't think it's worth picking up. Now, Loki. This character is so damn hard to kill. I want to put him into meta so badly, but I'm going to leave him in great. He's very hard to kill, very strong, especially if you copy the right person. Like if a Loki copies a Star-Lord ult, they're probably going to kill your entire team. Or if a Loki copies a Storm ult, they're probably going to kill your entire team. It's just disgusting. Obviously, it's very hard to kill. He doesn't have that crazy of heals, but like his little projectile thingy where he puts the clones down and he deploys heal fields everywhere, it's really, really strong. I think he's a great pick. Definitely don't see him being bad, especially since the fact that he's very hard to kill and his ult is very fun. But obviously you have to know everybody's ult in the game so you can know who you're copying. But I mean, this game doesn't have too much characters yet, so it's not easy. It's not that hard to do. It's not hard to do. It's a great pick. Next we have is Luna Snow. Luna Snow, obviously they did patch the fact that she can like toggle her ult fast over and over and over, flicking it from damage to heal. But I still think she's going to be meta. I just don't think she's like insane as she was last patch, but I don't think she's bad. Next we have is Luna Snow. Luna Snow, I think she's going to be meta still. Obviously her ult, the value her ult brings to a fight is crazy, especially when you have like a Loki on your team as well that can just copy your 12-second damn near iframe ult, and then pretty much your entire team's immortal for 12 seconds. 12 seconds is a lot in a fighting game, let alone a hero shooter. So like being immortal for 12 seconds and moving around very, very fast and also being able to damage buff your teammates while doing that is just insanely strong. And the value she brings to team fights, obviously it doesn't really need any explanation. She gets ult very fast, 12 seconds of iframes. Do I really have to explain this? Next we have is Mantis. Mantis is also really good as well. I do think she's not meta no more though. I would say she's great, just not crazy. She still is very strong. She's like a DPS character in disguise, but they nerfed her movement speed. She's easier to kill now. In my opinion, I've found myself killing Mantises a lot more because of that movement speed nerf. Some people will argue that it's not that big of a movement speed nerf, but me, I fight Mantises like every single damn match, like every other match. The movement speed nerf is noticeable in my opinion. I've hit her way easier and killed her way more now compared to what I was doing season 0. So I'm gonna say she's not meta. I'm gonna say she's great. Obviously her ult is still strong and the ability to buff teammates like crazy is really strong, and she gets ult really fast, but I just don't think she's that crazy since she's easier to kill now, so you can get her out of the team fights easier if you're a DPS character, or my bad, player like me. Next we have is Rocket Raccoon. Now Rocket Raccoon, I think this character's good. I don't think he's that crazy though. He's okay. Obviously his ult is a very, very big damage steroid that pretty much just buffs the enemy team, makes them shred like crazy, but I just don't think he's that crazy of a character. I would prefer having like a Mantis ult or a Luna Snow ult or a Sue Storm ult on my team compared to like a Rocket Raccoon. I just don't see the value Rocket Raccoon brings to a fight other than the team up if you have like a Bucky or a Punisher on your team. And for that, I'm just gonna leave him in good tier. I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's like that crazy, but he's definitely on the good side compared to bad. Next off we have is the team ups. These are gonna be pretty fast to rank. Now the Scarlet Witch and Magneto team up, I think this is kind of mid. I'm gonna put this into the mid tier. It does a lot of damage, but I'm just gonna put this mid because Scarlet Witch is trash. Magneto is okay, not that crazy, so I'm just gonna leave this at mid tier. Loki and Hela and Thor. This is a revive thing that they can do with Hela. I'm going to put this into the great tier list because I've seen it. I haven't used it, but I've seen it. It's okay. It's not that crazy, but the fact that you can revive is really nice, so I'm just gonna leave that in great. A revive can never be bad. The Venom, Spider-Man, and Penny Parker one. Now this one I'm going to put in good. I would put this great or meta if Spider-Man was good and if Penny was in every match. Venom might be in every match now, maybe, but it's hard to tell. I low-key kind of do want to move Venom to great instead of meta, because now that I think about it, I feel like most people are going to wait out his energy field and most people are going to wait out his blue life and then kill him, so I'm going to move him down to great. The team up isn't that crazy, especially since Spider-Man is also not really that good. And he's very hard to play, so it's gonna take some months for people to like start doing some crazy stuff with him. And it seems like they're nerfing Spider-Man's tech, so I don't know. I just don't think this team up is that crazy. Obviously, I lost Spider-Man to one shot, but I just don't think it's that crazy of a buff for Penny and Spider-Man. But it's okay. It's good to have, so I'm gonna just leave it at good. Now the Groot and Jeff the Shark team up, I'm going to put this in good as well. Jeff the Shark is pretty booty. The team up is good, but Jeff the Shark is not really a support you'd want on your team, so I'm just gonna leave it in good. It's still hard to kill if there's a Jeff on a Groot's back, but like I don't think it's like that crazy. Obviously all you have to do is stun the Groot and then the Jeff gets off of his back, but it's kind of annoying because the Jeff can get right back on instantly in like 1 second of a cooldown. But I just don't think it's that good because Jeff is pretty bad right now. But overall the team up is really annoying, but Jeff is bad right now, so I'm just gonna leave it in good. Next we have is the Black Panther, Magic, and Psylocke thing. I think this is a great team up. The fact that you give a character like Black Panther the ability to rewind time and I mean get a little bit more health back is pretty good, because this character is already very annoying to kill. I also use it a lot on Psylocke. I granted do forget that I have it though if there's a magic on my team, but these are all really excellent characters, so I'm gonna put this in great tier. Not meta, but it's great. Next we have is Adam Warlock, Mantis, and Star-Lord. This is a great team up. I want to put this in meta because having a revive is very strong, but unfortunately Adam Warlock isn't that strong, so I'm just gonna leave this in great for now. If Adam Warlock was just a little bit better and wasn't mid, I would put this in meta, because you're gonna see this team up a lot every match, but like it's not like Hulk, Iron Man, Strange where you see these three every single damn game or one of them getting banned. So I'm gonna leave it in great for now. It's a very good team up, and the fact that you can revive is just, it's insanely good. It just can't be bad. Next we have is the Luna Snow and Jeff team up. I think this team up is pretty mid. It allows Jeff to do good damage. Well, actually, oh wait, it has Namor on it too. I forgot. I'm gonna put this in good. Namor with it is really nice. Jeff with it is like, it's meh. Namor is where it shines a lot though, because Namor's turrets are very strong, and obviously if you throw on the ice one, it does more damage than a regular turret, so I'm gonna leave it in good. I would say great because Namor just got buffed, but like I do have Jeff on it, so like I'm gonna leave it in good instead of great. But if you get it with Namor, great. If you don't, if it's with Jeff, it's mid or good. Next we have is a Storm team up with Thor. Now this team up, I want to put this in metas. Like the chain lightning you give to her is really nice, but unfortunately next we have is the Storm team up with Thor and Captain America. I'm going to put this into the meta tier because Storm is meta right now, and the chain lightning helps her get even faster. It's quite crazy, but like, hey, it's insane. Like when I play Storm and I have a Thor on my team, it's so damn nice. I don't know how good the team up is for Captain America, so I can't speak on that aspect, but as for Storm, it's godlike. Like her cooldowns are already really long on her E, so having another damaging ability with her is so nice, and you can get ult even faster. So hey, if I got ult in 30 seconds without the team up, bro, if I had the team up the chain lightning, bro, I would have got it in probably like 20. It's crazy, bro. So I'm gonna put that into the meta tier. Next we have the Punisher and Rocket Raccoon buff. I'm gonna put this in great. This thing allows Punisher to do so much damage. It's actually shreds, bro. Faster than you can react to it. It's actually insane. Obviously with Bucky, I wouldn't say it's as crazy as it is with Punisher, but it still is good with Bucky because you can just pretty much then keep spamming your shots over and over. And obviously they buffed his gun, so it does good damage. But I don't see it being meta like any of these two team ups, so I'm just gonna leave it in great. It's not that crazy, but it's definitely not bad. I would say it's crazier on Punisher though. Next we have is the Cloak and Dagger team up with Moon Knight. I'm gonna put this in good. I don't think this team up is that game changing compared to like these two team ups or this one or these ones up here. Actually, no, I changed my mind. This team up is going into meta. This team up is just crazy. I'm sorry, the revive is just so good. I'm gonna put that into the meta tier. But the Cloak and Dagger and Moon Knight, I'm just gonna put this in good because Cloak and Dagger and Moon Knight, the Moon Knight team up that he gets is like, it's good because you can't see where he's shooting them from, but like you see a giant bubble to know like the actual like general area that he's shooting it from. So like all you have to do is just pretty much just shoot in that circle and you will most likely hit him. I don't think it's that crazy compared to these other team ups, so that's just gonna go into good. Now the Black Widow and Hawkeye team up, I think this team up is mid. I fooled around with it earlier. Her gun just shoots too slow to like get that crazy good of value from it. It's a 30-second cooldown, so it's not bad, but like I just don't think it's that good. It's okay. I want to put it higher. I really do, but like it takes so long to kill people with it. Like you have to shoot them, reload, shoot them, reload, shoot them again. Or I mean, obviously if they're squishy or if they took any damage, just shoot them twice. But like I just don't think it's that crazy. But it is a 30-second cooldown, so I can see it being good, but I don't see it being like that game changing. Actually, no, I'm gonna move it up into good. I need to do more testing with it. I think it's good because of what it can do. Hawkeye doesn't even need to ult for it. You just have to just press C and you will get like clones of where they are. I think it could be good, but it's hard to say. Like I could actually end up seeing it being great or meta even, but like I have to do more testing with it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it in good. Now the Squirrel Girl and Spider-Man team up, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't even remember what this thing does, so I'm not even gonna rank it. I don't even remember what that thing does, because these are two characters that like you never see mainly in a DPS match. Like if my DPSs are Spider-Man and Squirrel Girl, I'm surrendering. I'm not gonna lie to you. But like, bro, I don't even know what that team up does. So I'm gonna rank it. The Hulk and Wolverine team up, I'm gonna put that in mid. It's not that crazy. I think it's okay, but it's not bad, but it's not good. Yeah, that's pretty much my tier list. So yeah, this is what I think the meta is going to end up being in season 1. Obviously, it's very, very early, so take this with a grain of salt. But it's gonna be cool to see next time I do another tier list video to see where the meta has gone. Obviously, this video probably got a little bit longer than I expected, but I'll probably edit it down to like 30 minutes or something like that. But yeah, this is my tier list for season 0. Let me know what you guys think is gonna be meta. Am I underrating something? Am I overrating something? Let me know down below in the comment section. And yeah, I live stream on Twitch every single day and also on this channel, so we got a lot more Marvel Rivals coming. So if you guys really want to see more Marvel Rivals content, check out the playlist. I have more Marvel Rivals videos sitting there for you guys to watch, and I'm going to be uploading a lot soon. So stay tuned, hit the sub button, like the video, and yeah, catch y'all later. Take care, guys.